Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and I am the High Heel Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Welcome or welcome back. I know it's been a while since my last video. I did actually record this about two and a half weeks ago. It was a royal mess and I haven't been able to refilm it. So today is the 23rd of June 2025 and this is Flosstube. I'm not actually entirely sure what Flosstube number it is. So this is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be my stitching update, but because it's been so long and I've had 2 retreats in the last 6 weeks, I'm going to do a separate video with my haul and my review of the retreat. So if you're not interested in that and you're only here for the stitching, this is the video that would just be stitching. So let's get straight into it. I do have 2 things that were stitched and exchanged. One was at the Sweary Stitchers retreat and the other was at the Bella Filipina retreat. So we'll start off with the first finish that I had, and it was Dragon That Ate the Night by the Stitch Crypt. So this one got finished and I finished it in as a hoop. There we go. And there's my atrocious back of it. It was supposed to have clouds in the background, but I picked the wrong fabric and the clouds just didn't show up, so I omitted them. When I stitch it again, because I want to stitch it for myself, I will be doing it on a different fabric so I can stitch the clouds. So, but I think it turned out really, really nicely, and this was done on an opalescent. And I added a little 2025 charm to it as well. So I think this was 18 Count Darkness Comes by KLT Charting. And yeah, I just finished it in a hoop with a really bad back. So my second finish that has already been gifted, it was part of the Bella Filipina exchange. And it's the Emerald Palms Biscornu by Sun Stitch Studio on Etsy. This called for the yellow that you see is actually a metallic gold, metallic yellow. I didn't stitch that in the metallic, I just swapped it for the just a yellow. And that's how it turned out. I really loved stitching this. This was just on 28 count plain white even weave, and it was such a fun little stitch, and it was my first ever Biscornu, so I was really happy with how that turned out. It was a little bit fiddly, but it didn't take too long to stitch, so I was really happy with how that came out, and I will be stitching a Biscornu for myself at some point, but not anytime soon. I've just got some peach iced tea in my Lion King Hakuna Matata. So that little Mothman here was the piece that I got in my exchange for the Sweary retreat, and her back is a lot better than mine. Sparkly. Yeah, absolutely love that. So that now sits up there. So my next start and finish was Sweet Holidays by Boutini Puntini. There we go. You would have thought I'd be more organised. but I haven't been. And there he is. Isn't he so cute? He was supposed to have some backstitch on the top of his head, but I didn't like that, so I omitted that off. I did have a little bit of a nightmare with this one. There's supposed to be 3 stitches between the top of his head and the word holidays, but I only counted 2. So this whole bit up there is one stitch too short, which I didn't notice until I had stitched all of that and I was onto this border and I was working my way down and I was just like, it doesn't work. And these berries are 1 stitch too high as well. So when I came to do the border, there's only supposed to be 2 stitches between his foot and this bottom border instead of the 3 that I've got. So the choice was to fudge it or pull out all of that or pull out all of that, and I wasn't going to do that. I am very much a fudger. Unless I absolutely have to, I will not frog. I do not like frogging. I will only do it if I have to. So I think he's turned out really cute, and those are little French knots. I quite like doing French knots, and I think they've turned out really, really neat and cute. If I'd stitched this again, I will omit this border, because when I stitched all of this, I really liked it, and now that we've got this border, I still really like it, but I think if I stitch it again, I won't stitch the border. That had 1,676 stitches in that. My next start and finish was this little stitch rovia. It's called Good Friends. And it says, good friends are like stars, you don't always see them to know they are there. I think this is so cute. Oh, the fabric for Sweet Holidays was 18 count dark ecru. It's a Swiger that I had in my stash. This Sweet Holidays is 18 count Darkness Comes by KLT Charting. I think it's the same piece of fabric that I stitched my To is Human, To R is Pirate by KLT Charting. So this is just an offcut of that. This is going to be either a Christmas present or a birthday present, whichever one it gets finished for in time. So I really like how that turned out. And that had 1,204 stitches. This is by Stitch Rovia, and I got it on Etsy. It does show up better in real life. Then my final start and finish. Oh, sorry, this is it. There we go. This one was started on the 10th of June and I finished it on the 21st of June. My Good Friends was started on the 7th of June and finished on the 10th of June. Yeah, I've written the date down wrong on my notes. It says the 7th, it started on the 7th of June 25 and finished on the 10th of May 25, so I went back in time apparently. 10th of June, 3 days on that. So yeah, so my final start and finish was my Autumn Harvest Milhill pizza slice. And this is it finished. This had 689 stitches, which included all the beads. So I really liked how this has come out. I think it's very cute. Will I stitch another Milhill? I am not entirely sure. I don't like stitching in hand, and I know you can get these little wooden frames to hold these, but at the same time, how many of these am I going to do to need a little wooden frame? So I'm not sure. I need to decide if I'm going to finish it as an ornament or attach the magnet that they give you. But look at all the beads that I've got left over. Tons of them. I got loads of threads left over as well. I think you quite easily could stitch this again. So yes, very cute. Really like that one. So that was my last start and finish. I do have some other starts. So pizza slice was start number 22 of my 33 while 33. Sweet Holidays was number 19. Emerald Palm Biscornu was 18, and I didn't write down what number. Dragon That Ate the Night was number 15. So yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there with my 33 while 33 challenge, but the whole spinner has completely gone out the window. So next we have start number 20 in my 33 while 33 challenge was Anubis by Cortonian Creations. This was started at the Sweary Stitchers retreat on the 17th of May and got 1,558 stitches. And there we are. I really love how this looks on the fabric. This was a win that I got in the raffle there. And this is one that I already had. This needlewinder is one I already had in the stash. But I just love how this looks on this fabric. This is an 18 count A Merlot Moment by KLT Charting. And I have worked out that I can fit 4 of these designs on this piece of fabric. It does mean that I only have a 2-inch border, which I don't particularly like to do, but I will make it work. And I really love that. I am using just the called for DMC. That was started on the 17th of May, yeah. Start, done that one. Right, so my final new start is one that I started on the 13th of June, so just over a week ago. And it is Helms Deep, or Visit Helms Deep by Country Magic Stitch. And this is as far as I've got. This has had 3,049 stitches in it. It's really nice block colour, and I use this for the latest round of Myth and Magic Stitch Wars, which we are not going to discuss because I royally fucked up. So yeah, we're just gonna skip over how poorly I was a leader. But it's a learning curve and I will do better next time. So I really love how this is looking. This is just an 18 count easy grid by Zygar. Sorry. Yes. This one is now going away. And I will be starting something new potentially tomorrow. So that is all my new starts. I did work a little bit on my Jigsaw Dolphin, which was start number 16 on my 33x33 challenge. This one only gets pulled out when we do a stitchy meetup, a local stitchy meetup. So this has had 665 stitches. This is on 18 count Pompey Tides by KLT Charting, and that needle minder is a Maloka Designs. I really love how that's standing out on this fabric. Then I think you saw this one before, and it's my Stitches and Lots of Tea by Filipina, which I don't have the chart to hand, so I'll pop it up here. Sorry about that, the alarm went off to go pick up the husband, so I've got to make this quick. This is where we are at. So I've completely finished the teacup apart from the back stitching, and again I have completely stitched the butterfly apart from the back stitching and the beads. I really love how this one is looking. I've just got the doily, back stitch and beads to do. This is stitched on a 28 count Retreat exclusive by KLT Charting, Solent Stitches Retreat. It's the 2019 Retreat exclusive that she did. Right, there's the needle minder of what it is, and this is by Cotton and Clay UK. I do need to see whether or not the doily will fit on this, and I still have room for framing. If not, then I am just gonna stitch the beads and the back stitch and then call it done on there, because I was very silly and I saw this fabric, went that would be perfect for it, and I didn't measure it. I did not measure it, which was absolutely stupid. Why? I thought I was so eager to start it that I picked the fabric and went, yeah, that will fit, that will fit, that will fit, and I didn't check it. I think I assumed it was 32 count, not a 28. I don't know. Yeah. So the only other project that I have stitched on is one that was started back in 2023, and it is my Mayari Filipina deity. Mayari, Deity of the Moon by Filipina. Absolutely love her. She is a memorial piece for my grandmother. I managed to do 1,252 stitches on her dress at the bottom, and this is where she is at. I absolutely love stitching on her, so I did most of this dress bit down here, and then I started doing the cry neck over here and added a little bit of orange there. I would absolutely love to get this done by the next retreat. There's a little bit of a problem with the venue for next year, so we're looking, there's potential that it may be moved, but they are still planning to do one next year. So this is this is a 32 count Supernova by Sparkleys, and I absolutely love this fabric. So that is all my stitching, my plans. So I still have 10 projects to go before I hit my 33 while 33 target. My next new start, which I was hoping to do today, but it probably won't be, it'll probably be tomorrow, is Stupid Sexy Flanders by Happy Sloth on Etsy. I've already stitched the Mermaid Mr. Burns by the same designer, and now it's Flanders' turn. So that will be a gift for my husband, but probably won't be done anytime soon. My other projects that I am going to be doing, so my other 9, are mostly going to be kits, because I am getting quite overwhelmed with having to kit up new projects and then de-kit them and then kit up the next project, because I don't have enough stash and I don't want to keep buying threads that will then just sit in the project bag. So I am now gonna focus on doing kits for the last 9 projects, or ones that I've already kitted up. There is a Long Dog sampler. I fully kitted that one up at the Sweary Stitches retreat and from Stash. I think the other new starts, apart from Poltergeist Pirates, which is already partially kitted, and my Kaleidoscope Hippo, but I'm hoping to get a thread pack for that from Kim. So all the rest will be kits. Hopefully that is everything, unless I see something I fall in love with and I have to start it, but that is not the plan. The plan is to do kits from Stash. I don't want to buy anything else. Right, that is all my stitching that I have to show and my plans. I won't do a life update, not a lot has happened, but I'll do everything in my next video, which is the haul and the retreat catch up. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. I hope you're getting loads of stitching, and I hope you are keeping safe and well, and I will see you soon. Bye.